Hey guys, welcome back. It's Dr. Neville Campbell. Welcome to the Wellness Hustle podcast. Today we have some exciting guests lined up. And right now I'm sitting across from a man that needs absolutely no introduction. So if you've been in Atlanta for the past 10, 15 years, you would have known this man. You would have seen this man. When I say advocacy, from legal excellence to flyness and even music, who am I talking about? No other than the fly lawyer. Jackie, welcome to the podcast, my guy.
Dr. Campbell, I'm so happy to be here, man. When you invited me, the fly lawyer could not wait to get here.
Man, when I tell you, it's an honor to have you here on the podcast today. So much to talk about, man. So much that people have seen, and and even I've seen. I just want to give you an opportunity to really share some of that with the audience.
Absolutely, would love to.
Jackie, tell me, man. Tell me who Jackie is.
You know, I'm just a guy that keeps people out of jail during the week, and I party on the weekend. It's like when I wake up, the only thing I think about is how many people I'm going to keep out of jail and how fly I'm going to be. And so I just love my life. It's been amazing. I've been a lawyer now for 34 years and got another 60 or 70 more years to go.
Man, you know what, folks? I absolutely love that, man. Look at this youthfulness.
Thank you.
Jackie, what is your routine?
You know,
This man's skin is absolutely glowing. I'm about to, shift from the script and talk about his skincare routine right now.
believe it or not, man, I just wake up, put facial wash on my face and regular lotion. It's just part of me. It's my dad was the same way, and it just happened.
But I want to tell you though, man, they say when there is peace and fulfillment inside, it reflects on the outside.
Absolutely.
There's always been this natural glow about you.
Thank you.
Whatever you do, whatever you touch. And that's why when you say, you wake up and, you want to keep people out of jail, it just looks like intrinsically, that's the person that you are. Everything that you tackle, you go after it with your heart 100%, leaving nothing behind.
It is. It's my dad told me when I was around the 7th grade, he said, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. So I have never been asleep. I'm always out to get it, and I do it in a fun fashion, very genuine fashion. Anybody that I meet, it's not about how I feel. It's like when I meet you, I want to make sure that you feel good after meeting me, because once you feel good, then I'm at peace feeling good as well.
Folks, you've heard it. You've heard it, man, the man himself. So tell me, this journey to law, was this a journey that started when you were, younger, when you were like a child and you had this dream of becoming a lawyer? What was the pathway?
Absolutely. When I was about I want to say about the 7th grade, I kind of figured out what I wanted to do in life. And I always knew I wanted to be a U.S. Army soldier. I always wanted to be a police officer, a judge, a lawyer, prosecutor. And all I did was figured out, how could I do all of that? In fact, in the history of Georgia, in the entire history of Georgia, and I think Georgia's been around about 242 years, I'm the only person in that time that's ever been a police officer, a police chief, a municipal court judge, state court judge, superior court judge, and prosecutor. And I'm waiting on that second person to follow me, and hopefully that'll happen.
Folks, I can't. You know what? So much have been said. So many professions have been said. I can't even keep up. I mean, for one person to have gone through all of that, man, you're truly gifted, man. Is it gifted, or is it just the drive that you have in you? Which is it?
I think it's a combination of both. And the reason why I've gotten to this level is because of one reason. I've always been afraid to fail. Fear of failure is what keeps me going. I've never wanted anybody to tell me that you failed. For an example, when I went to law school, you don't have to have a master's degree to go to law school, but I didn't want law school to decline me. So while I was a police officer, I got my master's before I ever applied to law school. I've always had this fear of failure.
Man, I absolutely love it. The force that we all have different forces that drive us. In the end, I believe it comes down to us locking into whatever that force is, and relentlessly going after whatever we're going after, not being deterred, not being distracted, but the focus that comes with locking onto. It seems like yours came with this not wanting to fail. Have you ever failed?
I can't think of a time that I've actually failed. I really cannot. Um, I've been that blessed.
Amen.
Now, there are certain things I may not have accomplished the first time
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
but I was able to do it the second time. And the first time I was not able to do it, I didn't consider it a failure. Like, for an example,
Yes.
I didn't pass the bar exam the first time. I didn't look at that as a failure. I looked at it as a challenge. And then the second time around, I passed. And people don't ask you how many times you took the bar exam.
Right.
They want to know, can you help them?
Folks,
Absolutely.
you know what? I've always subscribed to the notion that failure is a perspective, right? It's how you look at things, right? The same thing can happen to someone and they see it as an opportunity to learn and be
Absolutely.
better. And then that same thing can happen to another person and then they can take that and plunge into despair,
Total devastation.
giving up completely,
Absolutely.
right? What do you think is the separator from the people who, like you, who don't see that as a failure, not taking, not passing the bar on the first try? I hear that can be devastating.
It most certainly can be. But I tackled it and said, hey, look, that's just the first time. Let me go around the second time. I think it's a must. I believe that your attitude
Yeah.
really determines your altitude.
Amen.
It's absolute, because if you wait, let me give you an example. Let's say a person wakes up in the morning, and I would wake up and say, Lord, I wonder how much more fun I'm going to have today. Some people wake up and say, oh, Lord, my bills are due. I hate my job. Whatever you think, that's the way your day is going to be.
That becomes your reality.
Absolutely.
Wow. Folks, we could stop right here, man. This is the lesson. This is the lesson of this episode today. So tell me, these career paths that you've navigated through, military general, correct?
I was a sergeant in the
A
military.
sergeant in the military. How did that prepare you for all of what was to come?
You know, I have to admit, the Army was really my starting point to turn me from a boy to a man. I believe that the military is the number one way that young boys can become men. It gave me responsibility. It gave me leadership. It gave me confidence. I was a U.S. Army paratrooper. I jumped out of airplanes. That was the beginning. And then once I got that 3 years, I knew I wanted to be a police officer. So I applied for the Atlanta police officer while I was still in the Army, because I wanted to make sure that if I didn't get accepted, I was still moving forward. And so once I got accepted with the Atlanta Police Department, I used all of my vacation days and I got out of the Army. I was still getting the Army paycheck while I was enjoying a police officer paycheck. So that's what I did. It was the beginning of everything.
This is the man of the plan, I tell you, the man with the plan. It seems like you carefully planned and executed. It wasn't a random sort of approach as you were navigating what was coming next and where you're trying to go. So, given where you are right now, you're an established professional, you're an entrepreneur, you advocate aggressively for for your clients. We're going to talk about the music and the fashion in a little bit. But people coming along, looking, at their goals and their dreams. What advice would you give to them let's say the young fly lawyer,
Absolutely.
right? Coming up, excited and, have all this energy, but not really sure what's ahead. What would you tell him?
You just got to make a path for yourself. But you've got to stay driven. You got to stay focused. You can never get off track, because the moment you get off track, it may take a long time for you to get back on track. So I always say, stay driven, stay focused. And you also have to make sure that you do something that no one else can duplicate. That's always been something that's been a great thrill for me. I would love for someone else to have these careers that I've had, but I also like to know that the fly lawyer is an original.
Folks, I don't know if there will be any other in this in this century, but the fly lawyer, I tell you. Tell me about music, man. Music. What drew you to music? Has it always been there?
Let me tell you how that started. I've always been, my number one genre of music is gospel music. And when I was in law school, and you're broke when you're in law school.
Yeah.
And so, with any profession, basically. And so I heard on the radio that the 13th caller would get an oil coupon, that would win an oil coupon. So I rushed and I said, I need my oil change. And I was driving a Honda Del Sol back in those days. And so I made the call. I was the
We've come a long way, by the way.
yes. Well, from a Hyundai sold to 2 Maybachs and a Rolls Royce.
That's the power of being driven.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy, go ahead.
And so, and not to mention the Hyundai sold when you're on the expressway, when an 18-wheeler passes you, your car shakes. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so I won the all coupon. I went down to the station. It was called KWWJ, Keep Walking with Jesus. And the general manager was Darryl Martin. I walked in, got my all coupon. He said, hey, congratulations. I said, hey, man, I see that, I said, gospel music is my favorite music. I said, I would love to be one of your DJs. He said, well, we're looking for a person with a communications degree. I said, wait, I'm in law school. If you show me how to operate this equipment,
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Right.
He said, well, I'll be in touch. So for about 8 weeks, man, I called Darryl Martin once a week and said, hey, are you ready for me? He said, oh, I'll be in touch. And one day I was out on a date and I got a call about 10 p.m. And Darryl Martin said, can you be here at 11 p.m.? I looked at my date. I said, baby, I said, I'm loving this date, but I got to take you home. So I took her home and haven't seen her since, by the way.
That stayed on purpose,
But I
man.
took her home, went down to the station. He showed me the equipment for about an hour.
Yeah.
He said, hey, I've got to run to the store. I'll be back. Lo and behold, he didn't get back to 7 a.m. I played music alone by myself till 7 a.m. He came back and said, you've got the job. I was there for 2 years while I was in law school. Yes.
Folks, I'm speechless, absolutely speechless.
Yes. And so then when I came home, started practicing law, there was a rapper, the best songwriter on the planet named Stunner Stunner. Stunner had a brother that was in trouble with the law. And he already had an attorney, but he brought him to me. Yeah. And he was facing 8 years in prison with a felony drug charge and weapon charges. And so I made a deal with Stunner. I said, Stunner, look, if I keep your brother out of jail, I'd love for you to make me my very first rap song. Went to court. Not only did I get all of his felonies dismissed, but I got him 6 months in the county jail and 3 months time served, so he only served 3 months. Wow. So about 3 weeks later, Stunner sent me my first song, and it was called Win For You. It was so lit. It described me beautifully. So I played it. I was using it as my, kind of like as my marketing. And all of a sudden, every month and a half or so, we collaborated on a new song. So he did my first 10 songs. Really? We co-wrote them. There are some of them that I'm singing on. Yeah. He's on most of them. And now I'm on my 18th song.
Man.
Yes.
18th song.
Absolutely. I got a new one coming out next week. Now, let me explain, ladies and gentlemen. Please. Well, it's really for the ladies. Yeah. It's called I'm Not a Sugar Daddy, but I Can Sure Sprinkle. Yeah, come and get some sugar sprinkled on you.
I love this. I absolutely love this.
He's got that magic. Let me show you what's true.
Folks, you got to experience Jackie in the real, I tell you, man. This man is absolutely amazing. Your list of credentials. And now you've layered on music on top of that.
Absolutely.
18 songs.
18.
In the mix.
Yes.
Well, man, I mean, some people are struggling just to have a song.
Right.
But you have 18.
Absolutely. It's been such a blessing. Yeah.
You're an inspiration.
Thank you. All they have to do is put the Fly Lawyer in any music platform, and they get songs like Maybach and Rolls Royce, Come to the Fly Side, Baby I'm Fly, Keep You Out That Sale, the whole catalog.
And with the music and the professional accolades, check out his style. Check out this man's style. Let me see what you're working with here today, man. Look at this outfit. When I tell you, there has never been one time that I've met Jackie where there hasn't been any sort of, a lack of a custom situation going on. This man is intentional about how he shows up. How did this happen?
Well, every day I wake up, I put on something new, and all of my clothes are designed by Miguel Wilson Collection in Phipps Plaza. I'm also his ambassador, and I'm also the ambassador for Keith James Red Bottom Hats. And so I just think it's a part of the flyness, and I just can't do without it.
Man, I tell you, it has become the signature of the flyness.
Thank you.
Right? Whenever folks see the Fly Lawyer out, like if it's an imitation Fly Lawyer, then trust me, there'll be no fly. Because he stays fly, and no matter what event.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You always show up on point, man. When I just tell you, you are one of the unsung heroes in the space. And this is me talking real now. You hear people talk a lot, people show a lot, but there's not a lot of substance behind, the who they are and how they got there. Um, the short period that I've known you since I met you the first time at Carlos's wedding, um, I was impressed then. And as I continue to get to know who you are, know the person you are, I'm even more impressed. You say something, but you deliver. And it's also a track record based on what you have already accomplished and what you're currently doing now.
Absolutely.
Right? And these are the people that, honestly, I aspire to be like them. You're one of the people that I aspire to be like.
Thank you. In fact, on my way here today, I got a call on my cell phone, and the lady said, you know, Fly Lawyer, you met my daughter at a restaurant about 3 months ago. And she said, my daughter was so thrilled to meet you. She said, but I'm calling you because my husband has stage 4 cancer. And she said that, you know, he's doing really bad. And she said, our lights are about to be turned off. And she said, would you please loan me just $300 for the next couple of weeks? I said, no, ma'am, I won't loan you anything, but I'll give you $500. And it warmed my heart. She started crying. I told her to go ahead and Zelle me at my cell number. And those are the kind of things that makes me feel like it's just worthy to give back because I've been so blessed. You have to pass it on. I remember taking a picture with this young lady but I didn't know her. She just took a picture. So her mom called me. There was no way I was going to say no.
Yeah, absolutely. What sort of legacy you want to leave behind?
You know, I think I would love to leave a legacy not only of giving, because you can't do anything in life alone. I don't care who you are. Not many people can survive in this world and never have help from anyone. I've had people that I didn't know that were total strangers that would help me as I came along. So I want to leave a legacy of giving back. And lastly, I want to be known as you know, I would like to be known as the new Johnny Cochran of the South. That's what I would love my legal legacy to be.
I don't think you're far from it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not at all.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly an honor for me to today sit and chat with the Fly Lawyer himself. You've heard just the synopsis of who this person is, but I'm certain you're already intrigued by this. If you want to find the Fly Lawyer, reach out to Jackie. Jackie, where can people find you?
I'm very universal. Just type in the Fly Lawyer on Instagram, Facebook, the internet. If you just put in the Fly Lawyer, you'll find out there's only one, and I'm him.
And can you just wrap up with clients out there looking for representation, needing to access legal services? I mean, we already know, but just give them a one-line of the track record that you've held.
Absolutely.
And what you can do for them for their personal injury cases.
Absolutely. Not only do I do criminal, but I also do personal injury. I've done over 1,400 jury trials. I also do personal injury. So if you get injured through the negligence of someone else, feel free to reach out to the Fly Lawyer. My website is theflylawyer.com. My Instagram is the Fly Lawyer. Facebook is the Fly Lawyer. Just know one thing: when you reach out to me, you're going to get the best legal services you could possibly get. And there's a reason why you're going to get that kind of service. It's because I'm him.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We have chatted with him, and you have met him, the Fly Lawyer. Jackie, thank you so much for today, man.
Dr.
Appreciate
Campbell,
you, brother.
It's been a pleasure, and I love your podcast. I think this has been one of the best podcasts I've ever had, and I really appreciate you inviting me.
Thank you.